Hello shape enthusiasts, in the last episode of our Hexagonal Factory series, we completed milestone 7, setting up for our final milestone factory using crystal production. This episode, that factory delivers the last of our milestone shapes, earning us the final qualification for hexagonal mode. Now we turn our attention to the upcoming tasks and the challenges they bring. Let's see how we can tackle them. Our final milestone factory is hard at work, trying to complete the last 150k of this shape. I don't think we need to extend its volume or supply amount because we have plenty of tasks that we need to do. We got to get through all of these tasks. We're currently working on task 23 and there's 34 tasks. So yeah, let's just focus on the tasks. If we need to come back and double this up, we'll do that towards the end. We'll see how we go. Now let's have a look at what tasks we've completed and what we need to do. So for layered petals, we need to add on to the bottom of this a green trefoil, a green hexagon trefoil. Sure. Let me remind myself where that's being done. I believe it's over here. Yep. Okay. Green hexagon trefoil. We can do that. Our hexagons are over here. We need to bring another one out and we need to make a green. We'll probably just do it here, right? Green's right there. Let's bring that over. Get that painted. We need to trefoil this. So we've got our hexaborder Mark III. I believe that should do it. Why is the Mark III not saved as a Mark III? Save that. Alright, so in theory that should be our green thing. Let me just put a bin on the end of this. Then we should just chuck that on the bottom. That's fine. Let's go out like that. And that is the bottom. That is the top. That should get us our shape. Yep, layered petals, that should be that done. This is almost done, so we can decommission Galactic Lotus and continue on. Let's have a look if this is now being produced. I did a little mistake last episode where I had the wrong color going. Let's see if that's resolved itself. Wait, it's still at staging 3, my bad. Yep, it's facing the wrong way, but I believe it is the right shape. So that should start soon, hopefully. And we'll just check on staging 2 as well. See if this shape is coming through. It is. This should be done, so we'll decommission this line very soon. Now, I believe in staging... Oh, this is done. Let's just decommission this while we're here. We've got to be a bit careful with decommissioning this because there's bits and pieces going that way. I think the green... Is it just the cyan part is going that way? All right, just be careful with the cyan part. Sure. Just get rid of this. I'm going to leave the colors here just in case I need more colors later. That's fine. We'll just decommission this part, which indicates to us that we can use this extra stuff for this shape. We'll collect the points. Let's see what other stuff we need to upgrade. Well, foundations, I guess, is the last useful thing. We don't really care about upgrades at this point in the game. Let's go over to staging 1, see what's going on there. Absolutely nothing. It's an empty staging area, ready for new shapes. Great. Maybe I should get stuff going on this side. All right, let's pick a new task and get it started over here. Shield Devourer. Flower, flower, flower. And gear. Okay, 3 flowers and a gear. That's not a problem. Let's do that. Pin the task and let's get to work. We'll just drag everything we need over. Okay, so flower, 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 and eventually we need a gear. I believe that's gear right here. Let me get rid of this crap. Alright, we need to mix yellow, which is conveniently located right here. Check the color mixer down. To get one thing painted yellow. We do it a little bit further up for various stacking purposes and stuff later. Should be my yellow flower done. Can we get this task going any harder? Yellow and green. Alright, well we can get a second one painted yellow, can't we? That doesn't hurt us in any way, shape, or form. Do something like this. And a green. Get it done back here somewhere. Let's peel the green off. Then these two just need to stack. What order do they need to stack in? The yellow's on the bottom, sure. Yellow's on the bottom, green flowers above it. We get these two both delivered. Lovely. Let's go back to our other staging areas and work on this. This is going to be, yeah, a little bit annoying to do, I remember. All right, let's figure it out. So we can either build a new blueprint to get this shape out from one flower, or we can just build it from two flowers. Now, I don't like this whole asymmetrical cutting thing, so I'm going to just do it from one flower. Staging 2. So I've got my 2 flowers here. We need one of them to be like a half. We've got a little bit of room. So we can half destroy and then 1/5 destroy. That'll get us the shapes that we need. So let me bring out my cutters. So let's get the half and let's get the 1/6. Now, what orientation is the 1/6 in? And the half is on that side. So the 1/6 needs to turn 1 notch, 2 notch, 2 notches. So 120 degrees counterclockwise. Something like this. That should get it into the right spot. Now we just need to merge these. So let me just grab myself a stacker. Just like that. That should get me the shape that I want. That shape needs to be red. So let me bring a red over. This red ain't going anywhere. Something like that. Get that painted. And we need to stack this onto this shape, but this shape obviously needs to be oriented in the right direction. So it needs to turn 1 notch counterclockwise. So let's get that done. Then this can come over here and merge with this thing. Stacker, order doesn't matter. And let's get that going. Yep, that in theory should produce the right shape. I don't see any reason it wouldn't. Let's check back in on staging 3 to see why this shape isn't being produced at all. What have I done wrong? Is there any sort of rotation to this? No, I don't think so. It is being produced. Great. The yellow flowers. Check back in on staging 1. All the yellow flowers and such are being produced. I believe that is. Yep, yellow on green, yellow flowers. Excellent. That should get going very soon. This shape is done. So let's go back to staging 3 and check in on that one. So what do we need to do to this? We need another green gear. So whatever's happening over here needs to happen again. So let's copy this. We'll just put it over here. No. Wait, we're already doing this, aren't we? We've already set this up before. I've forgotten. And I believe it's in the exact same rotation as this, right? So we should just be able to stack it even though the final orientation is wrong. That's not a problem at all. Let's get that going. This thing is the topmost shape, which is correct. And in theory, we should just be able to pump it out. Great. Lovely. All the shapes are going along swimmingly. 95, we can get our final platforms. Not that I don't anticipate ever needing the 3x3. We are zooming towards the end of the game. These should all be going. Now, what other area do I have available for tasks, or should we create a staging area for? Well, staging area 1 is being used a lot. I mean, all the flowers are gone from there. Staging area 3 is being used for 2 different shapes. And staging area 1 is mostly free-ish. Let's see what staging area 1's actually going to need. So it's just going to need 3 flowers. All the flowers are being used up. So as long as it doesn't have flowers such as this shape. Hey, that's cool. Look at this. Matter Scooper. Looks like a cool spaceship. Is this from a game that I know? It looks really familiar, this spaceship design. Alright, we can do Matter Scooper. That's just that. And then it looks like a pinned up thing on top of it. But for now, it's just a blue 2/3 of a hexagon, which we can definitely do. So let's get a hexagon out. We can just do it up here, I guess. Then we just need blue coming over somewhere. We can do all the color mixing like here, right? But for now, we just need blue. Over here, we need to use one of our blueprints that we just newly made. which is the full to 2 2/3. Don't like asymmetry, but we'll use this to easily get out the 2/3 part, which is that. So let's get a bit in. Then we'll take this shape and then we'll paint it. Oh, building upwards. I've never done this before. That should get us that shape. Let me pin the task so I know I'm working on it. Where's my train? Over here somewhere. Getting a bit spaghetti in this one, but that's fine. I gotta remember to do my shapes a little bit more this way in case I can do another one over there. But this one's done, this one's done. Now we just gotta stack this onto this and then we should be sweet. Just the yellow onto the green part. So we'll bring it over here. Then we'll get a stacker going. This has to be on the bottom, that's on top. So let's give that a flip. Then that should just be the correct new shape. Easy peasy. Let's do this one over here. How about that? Now this thing needs to be flushed and we can get the new shape going out. That's pretty straightforward, right? This thing is almost done, so we can decommission and probably get another task going very soon. But in the meantime, let's see what else we need for this. We're going to need a blue pinned up quarter hex thing. Sorry, hex thing? Gear thing. So let's get a gear thing going. We'll just bring it like straight out here. We'll give it going a little bit this way. It's in case we need more hexagons for whatever reason. So we can use our destroyer. And then we need that also being blue for now, right? We need to pin it up also. We'll get the blue over and get it painted. Get it coming over here, ready to go. We need it rotated into position as well. Will it tell me what orientation this is in? It's actually in the exact correct position already. Lovely. All right, let's get this shape done. 21 layered petals is gone. So let's go to staging 3. We'll get rid of all the stuff that's doing layered petals, which is this shape. So we'll leave the belts there, but we'll get rid of all this stuff. You know what? I'll leave this. Is this being used by anything? This is coloring this stuff. We'll leave the coloring in case it comes in handy again. We'll just get rid of the shape selection portion of it. Hopefully I don't destroy anything relevant to the other side. All right, great. We'll get rid of a little bit of this belt. But basically we can do our color mixing here, right? Whatever needs to be mixed for the next shape we can do. So let's get another shape cracking on over this side. Ancient communication. I'm trying to understand what the reference is to all of this stuff. If you guys know what the references are for the names of these shapes, please let me know. I'm very curious. So for now, I just need a green half and a green fifth. We could probably get these both going at the same time. So we just need 2 flowers, and we've got plenty of flowers available here. So let's get 2 flowers out. 1, 2. We need 2 belts of green. Let's get that going. And let's just get 2 painters anyway. Alright, we'll just do it the simple way, which is just getting painters on this side. We'll go 1 and 2. Like that, and then we'll get the shapes in like that, and we'll get that out. So what am I doing with these 2 things? I am using my destroyers. So I need a half, and then I need a 5/6, which is this one. Oh, love the icons on this, working really nice for me. Now I need them to go into the belt and deliver themselves into the vortex like that. All right, great. That should get that going. Shouldn't take too long for it to get started. Oh, this one's done already. All right, let's go back to staging 1. I think these 3 staging areas are functioning perfectly fine for my tastes. Like, it's pretty fast, right? So what's the last part of this shape? Faster than I can keep up with anyway. Wait, it's told me it was done. It wasn't that shape. Sorry, it was back in staging 3. Whoops. So let's go over to here and unlock the final part of this shape. Looks like nothing's changed with the shape. Just the cyan part needs to become white. So we need white. Didn't I already have white mixed up here somewhere? Let's just plug this in to here. Should be something just simple like this, right? That just changes it to white. White is being produced, isn't it? Or did I cut the belt that's doing that? Yeah, but white, yeah, white is coming out. Is that how fast paint comes out? Looks so slow. Weird. All right, cool. This one's done as well. Let's go finish off Shield Devourer over at staging 1. Oh, everything's finishing too fast. I can't keep up with it. Grab some flashy points. Don't know why I need them anymore. Oh, I accidentally completed that. That's fine. So what are we doing here? We're getting a... We're turning the top bit white. Oh, we don't even have a white gear. We need a white mixer. Let's get white mixed somewhere. The 2 belts of yellow are already being used, so I might do the white mixing with 2 belts of blue. So we'll do like a blue. What else is being used? Blue is being used twice. Green is being used once, twice. Red is being used once. So we'll get red going. Then we'll just use blue, I guess. I think I had 6 blues going on here, right? Yeah, definitely using a blue. Then, oh, we need one of every color. What am I talking about? Then we can get a green in here as well somehow. So we'll just cut it there, bring a green in over here. That should get us a white. Then we just need to plug the white in over here somewhere. Wait, let me reconnect this before I forget. We'll plug the white in instead of... Wait, where's my gear? Gear I already pulled out, so over here somewhere. The only confusing thing about this is the tangly mess that I'm doing to get 2 things going at the same time. Alright, that should be the white on top, and then we can grab that. We can just pump it over here, like that, and then just get that stacked on top. That is the top, that is the bottom, and that should be the final iteration of the shape. Great, we got more stuff to claim. Should decommission all my old milestone factories since I don't need them anymore. But this thing is done, so let's quickly hook this up as well. We just need to get that and that together. So let me quickly do that. Order doesn't matter in this case, so let's get that going. Easy peasy. Then we got to get, yeah, that one's going, that one's going. Why are these two? Oh, they're just taking their sweet time, right? All right, what was I doing? I think it was this shape, which is happening in staging 2. We need to get another iteration of these flowers going, don't we? Basically, it's another one, but it's yellow this time, sure. So let me just grab yellow. We don't have a yellow. We have cyan that's coming out. Cyan is being used, so we need to make yellow. Well, nothing is telling me I need to make white. So maybe I should just make yellow here. With this existing... Oh, not like that. Like that. This should now be yellow. Let's get rid of this stuff. Make it a little bit less confusing. We'll bring the yellow over. Something like this. And then we need to get 2 iterations of this shape out. So let me just get this pipe going over here somewhere. Now we can get another belt of this coming out. Not there. Something like this. And this. Now whatever's happening to this shape, I want the exact same thing happening because I want another iteration of this shape. So I need to copy all of this. Bring it down. And then I need this shape being painted yellow. So I need a painter, we need to flip it. Then pipe in the paint, pipe in that. That should get me the yellow part, and then I just need to put the yellow part on top of this part. So let's do that. That is the top. Nope. That's the bottom, that's the top. Get that out. Yeah, so we can definitely make this shape more efficiently. We don't need to be using 4 belts of flowers to make this, but like, I don't care. I like this better because it doesn't require asymmetrical cutting. So I know it's always going to be producing at 100% efficiency. Now, a couple of my commenters have suggested some clever ways to deal with asymmetry, and I like them, but I just prefer this. It's just so much simpler. So much simpler. All right, let's carry on. What else do we have to do? This is halfway done. Excellent. I don't think I need to speed that up, do I? Everything's kind of going along nicely. Let's go to staging 3 and check on this shape. It is definitely coming out, right? These are definitely the 2 shapes that I want. 5th and a half. This shape is going as well. It's just taking its sweet time. Why is it oscillating? It's not oscillating, right? No, cool. It just finished processing. That is not quite right. It doesn't look quite right. Does it? No, it is right. It's just flipped, so it looks weird. But I was just worried that I'm not seeing any shapes going, or did I just finish everything too fast? All right, you know what? Let's just keep working on new shapes. Let's see if we can't use something else here. I want to see what's being used up. So if I get rid of that, we're only using up 2 gears and 4 flowers here. What else is going to be required for the rest of this shape? Nothing. No more shapes. Oh, well, another bit of gear. That's fine. Then let me just grab the gear to tell myself that that's being used up. Is the gear being used here? Yeah. Okay, I already reserved myself a gear up there. And the gear, yeah, we need white. We will need white. I shouldn't have gotten rid of the white mixer, but that's fine. We can just mix this cyan with this thing and then make white, right? The most inefficient way of making white, but it's fine. Well, we can just mix the cyan with a bit of red and then that'll make white. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? All right, let's get the white over. The white is going to eventually replace something. So let's just get that white over. And we also need a magenta mixer. Isn't it? Yeah, we need a magenta at some point. So let's get a magenta going. Something like that. This thing needs to be magenta, right? So we might as well just get that painted now. We've got nothing else to do. Now this thing, we only need... We need a weird portion of this shape that we don't have a cutter for. So we need like 2 of them. All right, we'll paint it later then. Fine. To get that shape, we just need to do this process. So let's just do that. Get that all ready to go. Then we can paint it magenta. Right? Not the most efficient way of making that shape, and then we need to like rotate it at some point. But that's basically ready to merge onto here somewhere at some point. And then we just need to change the color of the... Where is it? We just need to change the top layer from yellow to white. So we've got the white ready pretty much there. We'll just bring it in and then rotate it. And we just plug it in whenever it's ready to switch over. Everything else is going great. Why is this one still so slow? Do I not have trains that deliver over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. It must be delivering it at some point. It's so weird. I did that shape what feels like ages ago, and it hasn't like delivered a single load yet. It's awkward. Is it just because I'm doing it so far from the staging area? Like this travel distance is just taking its sweet time? I have no idea. How's our inputs going? Yeah, our inputs for our staging area is basically infinite. Let me just check the outputs of the staging area, make sure they're all getting carried away. They should all be empty, right? Yep. Yeah, I think it's all good. This is just, yeah, everything's going as fast as I think it can go. I feel like it should have at least picked up 1 batch by now. Weird. Not going to worry about it too much. Let me just check staging 2 to see that yellow shape is being produced correctly. Looks correct to me. Excellent. What can we do in staging 2? Now, we're using 2 belts. I think this is basically being consumed fully. Oh, also, have we noticed that this flower has run out for some reason? Why specifically this middle one? Where's the flower coming from? Do a little bit of troubleshooting. We got 3 trains of flowers coming over here. Yeah, it's picking it all up. It's just a long travel distance for the poor trains. All right, fine. It's probably not functioning at peak efficiency, but that's fine by me. Everything's going all right. Let's just keep working on more iterations of this shape. So this one's almost going to get done. So let's get the next shape part going. So with that matter scooper, we just need to turn it all cyan. So we need 2 belts of cyan going in here, and cyan's pretty easy to mix. So let's get that going. I think it's almost ready to go. So I won't hook it up quite yet, but I will just get it ready to go out. So let's just put a cyan mixer here. We'll get the green in here. We'll get the blue in here. Then we'll get the 2 belts of cyan ready. Oh, nope, never mind. It's done. So let me just switch that over to cyan. We basically just need the cyan paint replacing the blue, right? Like that. And that should do it. Yep, cool. This thing is done. That's the last last iteration of cryoception badge. So let's go back over to, I believe that's happening at staging 3. This one, let's get rid of it. So that frees up staging 3 for new shapes. Excellent. We'll leave the mixing in case we need these same colors again. So yeah, why does this white look like it's just not producing at maximum quantity? It's so weird. It's definitely missing some stuff. Is it just because the space belt is just one belt of white? Is that just what one belt of color looks like? I haven't seen one belt of color for a long time. All right. I think this one is almost also done. So Shield Devourer is gone, and Shield Devourer is being built in staging 1, I believe. So let's free up this side of staging 1 as well, so we know what we have to work with. Let's get rid of that. We'll leave the white in case we need white for whatever reason. But all of this is now free. We can use this for stuff. I don't think this thing uses much more different shapes, right? On top of that, we need 2 more hexagons, and then a little bit came in under there, and a flower. 2 more hexagons and a flower. Let me just reserve those because I don't want to run out of shape. This hexagon is being turned into that, and it needs another 2 more. Okay, so this side is all the hexagons are being used basically, and a flower is being used. Let me just get the flower out as well. Now we have basically 1 hexagon and the rest of the shapes to work with. So let's see if we can't find a shape that can do that. Spiraling out looks like a really good candidate because it looks like it's just a bunch of singular things. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the second layer? Can't tell. So it's 2 singles and a double. Like basically, if we can cut this into 6 parts, then it'd be super easy, but I don't trust my asymmetrical cutter, so I'm gonna just do this all separately, I guess. In which case we would need... Oh man, how are we gonna do this? We can cut it in half safely, I know that. So let's cut it in half first, and then we'll get 1 half painted cyan and 1 half painted white. I think that's a good idea, and then we'll piece it back together. I know my non-asymmetrical cutting 1 to 2 is a perfectly okay legal blueprint to use. So let's get the output of this and the output of this through 2 painters. Something like that. One of them's going to be white and one of them's going to be cyan. I don't have any more cyan makers. I need another cyan maker. Like that. Then let's get the cyan paint in. Get these shapes in. Why did I do it here? I don't know. Crazy. Alright, let's get these 2 shapes out and then we'll do like much more processing to them. So we've got the half. So for now, I just need a quarter of each. A fifth of each. So I'm just going to destroy everything on the shape, I think. Does my normal destroyer work on already destroyed shapes? Let me test it. I just want this, but I don't know if that works on bits of the shape that are already destroyed. Because the half cutter is bringing everything here. I think I might need to like 180 these before I put them in here. Let me just 180 them. And then maybe it'll give me the shape that I want. Yep. Yep, cool. The white needs to be pin pushed. Then we can just stack these on top of one another. One of these needs to be rotated again. I believe this is already in the correct position. So let's rotate this clockwise 60. Sorry, I'm still saying 90. It's like 9 episodes into this series and I'm still saying 90 degrees. Very annoying. All right. There we go. That should be the correct shape. Now, what else is done? This one, crushing power is going. We've already set everything up to do this. So let's go back to staging 2 and just hook that up. So we're just turning this yellow bit into a white bit. That's fine. So all we have to do is that. Too many research points. Unlock, 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 unlock. Cool. Everything is done. We've 100%ed our research. Have we? Why is it still showing up? Show locked. Show completed. Yep, everything's done. Excellent. Now, I don't know why I need more operator points. I got 10k platform units. Everything is all good. There's something wrong with this. Is this pin pushed? Yeah, it is pin pushed. God, no wonder. I should have checked this more carefully. This should have been delivering the entire time. God, I'm just going to do it at the end so it doesn't take too long to switch over the shape. I knew there was something wrong. I was like, what the heck is going on? It's been like way too long since this shape was made to when something got delivered. Anyway, no matter. This shape is now done, or is it being delivered? Is there something weird going on with this? Not a single one has been delivered yet. Doesn't look like anything weird's going on with that. Is it just slow? Or this shape is going. We need to figure out how to get the next iterations of these shapes, but that's all good. Did we have a spare staging area? I think staging area 3 we freed up for another shape, so we can get another shape going over here. Let's see what that shape is going to be. We've done spiraling out. Let's do the Shapes 6 logo. Is this meant to be some sort of foreshadowing that there's going to be another 4 Shapes games coming out soon? Cool. Shape 6 logo. What is this thing? It's just a red third of a hexagon, 2/3 of a hexagon, another 2/3 of that. So maybe we should use our full to 2/3 thing twice, and then that shape again, and then just coloring that shape. Okay, doesn't look too hard. So let's get a hexagon coming out, which we already have. Well, to that hexagon, we will use our 1/3 thingy. Is it a hex blueprint? Cutters? No, I haven't done a blueprint series for this yet. But basically, it's a cutting 1 to 3, right? Oh man, I'm still using my ugly ass cutting 1 to 3. Let's get a bin in on all of it. We just need one section of it for now, and that just needs to be colored red. That's pretty straightforward. Hopefully we have enough red. Don't get in there, blue. Let's get a painter in. That's the red part. What's the second part? The second part is with a green thing. So maybe we can just get those two going at the same time. Just for funsies. So we just need another bit colored red. Like that. Then do we need, we're going to need more of this shape. So we might as well 1/3 the gear as well. Yep. Make sure it's in the right spot. Get the bins in. Now the gear just goes where? Let me just pin this shape. So the gear just goes on the side of that. So that we can just get the right part of the gear straight out of here. Which is the right part? Not that one. Not that one. This one, isn't it? If the red is there, then we just want this one. Yeah, okay. And the gear needs to be cyan. So let's just get that painted right here. Get the bins in. Do we have a cyan? Yep, cool. Just cut this stuff over here, get a painter in. Get that going. Let's go undergrounds. And let's get that shape out. And we'll get it mixed over here. Stacking. Then we'll get that out. Nice and simple. Keep pressing Shift 4. I believe that should give us the correct shape. We'll check in on it in a bit. This is definitely giving us the correct shape. These should give us the correct shape and they should get going now. Let's figure out, let's go back to staging 1 and figure out what we need to do to this spaceship thing. Oh, we need to put the stuff on top of it. So it's just another one and another one. Okay, that's fine. That's 2 more hexagons. We had that prepped. So let's get that going. It's just basically this again twice. So let's just do it over here and here. What does it matter, right? Let's get one going here. Then we'll get one going here. And that should get us both parts of it. One of them needs to be red. So let's get a red over. You can just go over here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Get you painted red. Like that. And then it needs to stack on top of this. Something like that. The red is on what? The top? No, the red is on the bottom. So let's get the red on the bottom. That is not the right part of the shape that I want. We want this part of the shape. Is that right? Yep. The red is on the bottom, so that's the red. Let's get that on the bottom. Then that's going to be the top part of this shape. So let's just get that over here and get that stacked on top. Yep, that's it. That should be that shape. It's going to take a while to come out. That's fine. Then we can work on this while we're here in staging 1. Now, what are we doing to this shape? We got another... Is there anything that we can even like do that's remotely okay for this? We basically need to split this into 3 even parts. Do we need more shape or do we not need more shape? We don't need more shape. Wait, we do. There's 4 bits here and then there's now 5 bits here. Oh man, this is just super annoying. Well, I shouldn't say super annoying. I should say super challenging. And it's trying to get us to figure out a creative way to do this. Wait, is there a special technique I need to be doing this in? Because I can't make this shape first and then pin push or anything, right? I kind of have to do this as 2 separate shapes. So let's get these split into like 3 shapes first. At the moment, we're just destroying, but we don't want to destroy all of the stuff that we need, right? So that where this is being destroyed, I need to like sort of intercept. So whatever's happening here is great. But we want to split this into like all its constituent parts. Do I just want to quickly get a blueprint, or like does my 1 to 3 splitting work? My 1 to 3 existing splitter is not going to work, but basically I want to 1 to 3 split this. And yeah, I'm using asymmetrical splitting techniques, which we really shouldn't be doing, but whatever. All right, let's get this done. We will rotate this once, then we will... Well, it should be pretty simple because it's a symmetrical shape. We're going to assume it's a symmetrical shape, so we don't need any weird jumpers or anything. But basically, we need a cutter. That's 1/3 of it. And then we just need to rotate this again and then just cut it again. And then that should be our 3 parts. These 2 are in the same spot, so we need to rotate this back. And then these are like our 3 shapes, right? And this can happen because of cutters twice. So 1 belt can become 12 belts of shapes. That's convenient. Wait. Sorry. Each 1 belt is being 3. So each belt is 9 shapes. Oh man, that's an annoying ratio. 9? Confused. So I need to merge 4 of these together. Maybe we're going to jump this out though. So there's 4. There's 4. And there's 4. So each one becomes 3 belts. All right, cool. So we just need 4 of these to process the belts. Doesn't need to be pretty, just needs to work for now. Okay, something like that. Get 1 going there. Get 1 going this way. We'll get 1 going there and 1 going there. That should do. Get that cut here. Then we just need all of these out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Why is it an awkward amount of shapes? We've got 12 belts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it should be fine. So if I go like, we'll get it out from the bottom. If I go 1, 2, 3, something like that. Made a new blueprint. Not that we're ever going to use this ever again. We'll save it anyway, just in case. Turns a half shape into many thirds. Well, how useless. This is a very, very specific blueprint. Just get it going out any which way. Something like this. Oops. Then we'll get the last shape going out somewhere here. Oh, this one can go straight out. Lovely. Oops, that's not it. That one goes out. This one goes out. Like that. Like that. And like that. There we go. That's our design. Should be fine. I don't think this design is ever going to be useful ever again, aside from this shape. So let me just copy it. We'll just save it. We'll go half to 3 singles, 3 hex sides. Yeah, I use my powers naming convention. All right, so half to 3 hex sides should get us all the little bits and bobs that we need for this shape though. So 1 bit and bit goes into here. We'll just use this outer edge. Then we can use one bit. We need to stack them all separately. So onto our existing shape, we need to stack a cyan one. So let me grab a cyan one. Maybe I should have used this to go down. And then we'll grab a cyan one and we'll get it coming out here. So it needs to stack. Does it tell me what this shape is again? That's fine. We'll let that saturate. Oh wait, we need bins. Otherwise none of this stuff is going to work. Because again, asymmetrical cutting is annoying as hell. So we'll let that run for a bit because I can't visualize what the heck is going on at the moment. But we'll get these tasks underway. So this bit just needs a red flower bit. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over to staging 3 and get that done. So I can remove one of these, right? I don't need both of these flowers going. I just need that. This thing can be cut down to size and become red. So let me cut that into a 1/6 and let me remove this green. Like that, and then get a red over. Great. That should just be fine. Now, instead of delivering, we need these to stack. Is the hole exactly where I need it? Is that how I set these blueprints up in the design series? So I don't have to do any rotation. Amazing. So we can get these painted, stacked, sorry. And don't forget, these are a pin push shape, or I can pin push at the end of the shape. Now we'll get it hooked in, not forgetting that we added pin pushes here. So let's get rid of them. Hook the belts back up. I don't know which one's which. Let's just delete one of these belts so we don't confuse ourselves. Great, that should get that shape going. This shape is on its last iteration and we already set up everything we need to process that. So let's get that done. We already got this shape that we need, which is just stacking on top of what we have here. So it's super straightforward. Order does kind of matter. This thing needs to be on top. So let's get that going in the correct order and then get that out. Beauty. All right. Let's have a look at our staging 1 spaceship because we get that done ages ago and yet it's not delivering anything. So we've probably got a rotation wrong or we didn't deal with the asymmetry of this thing. Oh my lord. That's super annoying. Yep. Definitely not a fan of asymmetrical stuff. Really need to yeah, feel like but the downside of what I do obviously is you need a ton more shapes, right? To make this thing the way I would normally make it by cutting and repiecing back together, you would basically need double the amount of hexagons and stuff. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both techniques. The disadvantage of this is obviously it's more complicated and you need to be careful when you're working and you can't rush things and make sure everything's working properly. Let's have a look at what's going on over here so we can finish off this shape. Nothing's going on over here. Excellent. Does this blueprint just not work? No, it's coming through slowly. So this is the green bit. We need it in a proper position, but I can't see what that proper position is until I bin this shape. Annoying asymmetrical stuff going on. Hopefully that will get that going, right? Because at the moment, why is this not going at all? What? It's just started for some reason. Weird. Alright, well our milestone 8 is almost done, which is a good thing I guess. Guess we just keep going, right? What else is there to do? What can I do? Everything is stuck at the moment. Let's check on every single shape and we'll continue on. So what's happening at staging 1? Well, we know what's happening at staging 1. Waiting for this shape to complete. This shape is perfectly fine, I think. It looks exactly like this shape, right? I believe it is. Let's just double check to make sure. We're in no rush anyway. I believe that is exactly the right shape. Excellent. What do we need to do to this shape afterwards? Matter scooper. We just need to add a little... Wait a minute. We need to add 2 bits onto this. We need to add this like pinned up hex side of a gear and a flower. We've got the flower part. Do we even have a spare gear? We have plenty of spare gears. Yeah. All right, let's get another gear going out here then. Don't want to interrupt the process of what it's doing now because it's not relevant. But we basically just want to get that going as a 1/6 destroyer. Then we need one of them. What is happening to this thing? One of them is uncolored, the gear, and then one of them is white, which is super annoying because we don't have Oh, we have a spare white. Nice. How do I get the white through this tangly mess though? Does that work? Cool. We'll get the white going over. It's going to take some time. So that's fine. Then we can get the flower part painted. Now, I believe this shape is being produced in exactly the right orientation. So it'll be good to get the flower bit into the exact right orientation, which is going to be a 180-degree rotation. And I think whatever we do to this rotation, we need to do to this rotation as well, because they're going to come out the same. Now, what is this weird bit? It is 2 pin pushes. So it's just basically that on top of the flower, but with 2 pin pushes. Okay. So this needs to stack onto the flower like this. And then we get a stacker. That's going to be the wrong way. So let's get that on top, that on the bottom. And then to that, we just need a pin push twice. And then that final shape is just going to go and be ready to stack with our final shape. So let's get that back in. Look, it's kind of, the factories are kind of getting a little bit more complicated. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, they're getting a little bit more complicated. All right, let's check in on all our other shapes. Not a single one of my shapes is being delivered, which is excellent progress for us. Why? Because of my asymmetrical cutting, of course, nothing works. Why does this thing not work until I come here and look at it? I don't understand. Like, this thing should have been cutting for ages, and then I come here and then it's like flowing perfectly fine. Wait, no, what the heck? It's going through a destroyer this entire time. What? Right, I don't need to destroy stuff anymore. I see, it's my own fault, guys. It's my own fault. I've been destroying the shape the entire time. Excellent. Good job, man. Good job. Now, let's just get everything rotated correctly as well, because I'm getting a little bit confused with all these rotations. So let's get rid of the rotator here. So that part gets in the correct spot. This part also just needs to be rotated. There's like too many rotations going on. It's confusing me. So let me go over here, rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. Then that should get me the correct output shape, right? No? Hello? There? All right, I think the new shape hasn't come out, but that should definitely get me the correct output shape, right? But the white needs to be pin pushed up 1. Oh, is this another rotator? Okay, there's random stuff happening everywhere, so that's probably why none of this is working. All right, now will it give me the correct shape? Good, correct shape in the correct orientation, on top of which I just need to stack this thing. This thing also needs to be in the correct orientation, so it's a 90 degrees, whatever this thing is. And then these two can now stack on top of one another, with this being on top. Got there eventually, guys. Got there eventually. And that should give me part of the correct shape that I want. It's obviously not going to tell me because it's dumb. But then on top of that, we need to stack the white part. So we need another part of this, preferably taking this one. So the white part needs to be pin pushed twice and then stacked on top of here. So let me bring that down. Getting there slowly. Takes a bit of stuff because it's hard to visualize these shapes. So it takes me, like, we need to like sort of just produce the shape and see what we end up getting. This is obviously wrong. Why is it wrong? Is this not produced in the correct orientation? It is. So why is it flipped 180 degrees? That makes no sense. Is it just an old shape? Is that what it is? I'm just going to assume it's an old shape issue. So this is going to be pin pushed and it needs to be down on the right. So it's like 1, 2 notches clockwise. Let's just forge on. Is that clockwise? Yep. Then it just needs to be stacked on top. I think order doesn't matter in this case. It was already being pin pushed twice. Then let's get that flushed. And maybe that is the correct shape that we want. I'm not sure. We're going to have to check on it. This is obviously wrong. I'm obviously missing some pin pushing steps over at staging 3. It's very hard to tell what needs to be pin pushed and what doesn't, but that's fine. So this shape is not being produced in any way, shape or form. It doesn't matter. We need to get this shape working. This shape is obviously not working because this shape is stuck. Excellent. Me trying to do everything efficiently has made everything work super inefficiently. So let me just bin this and we will pin push this shape. Let me just do it here so it's very obvious that it's being pin pushed. or we can do it after it's been painted. So we don't mess with this 1 to 3 process. Great. Of course, it's always my 1 to 3 stuff that doesn't work, right? Because why would anything asymmetrical in this game work? All right, let's get the ancient communication device sorted out. We just need a yellow hexagon on top of it, so that should be pretty simple. Let's grab a hexagon, bring it out, make it yellow. Do we have a yellow? We do have a yellow. I like it when we already have the colors that we need. All right, let's get the painter going. I feel like it's been non-stop this game. We do need some sort of pin pushing, of course, because why wouldn't we? Then they can just stack on top of one another. Still pretty straightforward stuff. We just got to be a little bit careful. We're in the pin pushing task territory. So we need to make sure we pin push everything and whatnot correctly. Wait, what happened to my pin pushing here? That is pin pushed, right? Yeah, cool. So that's the bottom, that's the top. That should be good. Now all my tasks are completing too fast for me to keep up. Milestone 8 is completed, and that is our final qualification done. Super easy, guys. All the milestones are done, so we can just focus on finishing the rest of our tasks. Now, this thing is done, so let's get crushing power completed off and cleared out. I believe that's happening at staging 2. So we don't need this shape anymore. Let's get rid of it. Or we don't want to get rid of the belt. Oh, maybe we do. Maybe we'll just get it going. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's get rid of it. Staging 2 is completely freed up for new shapes, so that's good. But let's deal with all our existing shapes first. I think we're getting into the world of like crystal making very soon. So let me just clear this out and get it all ready. All right, in staging 1, let's go back. We've got to figure out this shape. This is the most complex shape we've dealt with so far, even though it looks innocuous and simple. This is wrong. Okay, of course it's wrong. Why would it be correct? Why is it wrong though? I don't think it's wrong. Let me just flush this belt. Yeah, someone told me I flushes the belt, but oh wait, I need to select O. No, see, like, yeah, it does flush that section of the belt. So I need to like select it all and then go I to flush the belt. All right, cool. So if I just go like select this and then go I, yeah, it flushes that section of the belt. Then does it tell me the updated shape? I'm assuming this is correct. Let's just stack it on there and let's just see. I don't feel like I ever produced this shape wrongly, so I don't know why it wouldn't be correct. Now, bottom and top don't matter in this case, surprisingly, because they don't intersect in any way, shape or form, but we'll find out. Of course, it's not going to give me any sort of shape preview because it's way too complicated, but we'll find out very shortly if that works. These two shapes are going. This thing is going, right? Is that looking like the shape that I want? Not really. Am I missing a pin pushing somewhere? Oh, wait, no, it is the shape that I want. Excellent. All right, that's getting delivered. Great. Let's go back to staging 3 and figure out what the heck I did wrong with this shape. So do we need to like flush out the stuff in the platform, or is that working now? It's flowing and it is the pin pushed version of the shape. Excellent. Now this shape is also flowing over here, but then it's getting stuck over here. So how is this shape flowing? Because isn't that all jammed? The better question is what the heck is going on here? That should get that shape going. Now, the second part of this shape is also fully pin pushed. So whatever comes out of here and here stacked needs to be pin pushed at some point to deliver, right? So let's put the pin pusher in and hopefully this will get going now. Lovely. Let's get the operator shapes and continue on. So this, let's just double check this shape while we're here at staging 3. Nope, it's not going because why? Yellow, yellow. Yep, over here we've got some issues. This is too big of a jump for it. Damn it. That should fix it up. Get the yellow going. Then that shape should get going as well. All right, we have a free staging area and nothing to do right now. So wait, let me check staging 1 to make sure this last part of the shape is going correctly. No harm. It's very hard to see if this is correct. It looks correct to me. It's not oscillating, is it? Doesn't look like it's oscillating. How am I meant to tell if this is the correct shape? It looks very correct to me. We'll just have to wait and see. This is almost done. This is gonna go. So let's go to staging 2 and kick off a new shape. What tasks are we up to now? We just started the Shapes 6 logo. Now we're gonna do color matrix. This is a very special shape because this is the icon I used for episode 1 of the series. Look at this crazy nonsense. It needs like one of every single color and white. And yeah, the shape itself is just a trefoil, but we can't make it like a trefoil because we need to split it into 6. Oh man, maybe that design that I made over here is finally useful. It was in staging 1. I saved it, right? It's a blue, what did I call it? It's a half to something. Did I not save it? Half to 3 hexsides, yeah. Essentially it's this system that splits a half into all 6 parts is what I need to do. All right, let's focus on the tasks that we have and then we'll come back to that in a second. So staging 3 is done. I don't need this anymore. I'm scared to delete it because it's using full to 3 belts. So if I delete something, it's probably going to jam up the entire system. So I'm just going to leave it as is because we just got to make sure this thing is being delivered. And I believe it is correct. One thing is being delivered. Of course it's jammed. Like, why wouldn't it be jammed? Because things just don't work here, right? Wait, this is going to a bin. What the heck? Yeah, things don't work because I think the way I work is just very incompatible with this sort of design. Like, I need everything to not rely on one another to work. In case I make a mistake in one place, it's not going to completely ruin my work in other places. So yeah, definitely for me, this sort of design is not the best, but that's fine. We just got to be a little bit more careful when we work on them. All right, what are we doing to this crazy shape over at staging 1? What has happened to you? You've gone from this to what? Just everything's been pinned up once again? Not really. I can't even tell. So the bottom is the same? Not anymore. Did the bottom used to be together? No. I can't even tell what's happened to this shape. It's too confusing for my brain. So we're producing this shape. Let's just analyze it 1 hexside at a time. So that hexside's the same. This next hexside is the same. Then this bottom bit is okay. And then onto the bottom bit, we need to add another cyan bit. All right, let's do that 1 step at a time. So we do have the other cyan bit. It needs to come over and add onto here somehow with some form of rotation. So it's currently there. It needs to do 2 notches clockwise. So let's get that rotator in. This shape is definitely challenging. I like it. Takes a bit of thinking to do. So that's the top, that's the bottom. That should get that part done. And then I need another white bit to go 180. Oh, I hope I made this modification correctly. I need the white bit to go 180 to be on the other side. Then that white bit needs to be pin pushed like 17 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And that should then stack onto here. Look at this complex looking factory. It's cool. Like that, and order doesn't matter in this case because it's going onto a bit that doesn't exist at the moment. Look at this thing. I think that's correct. Yeah, got it. Hopefully the first time. And of course, nothing is producing at the right efficiency because why would it be? Why is this shape just not cutting? It makes like no sense. Okay, cool. Something is like backed up strangely. All right, it's efficient enough for my tastes. It's getting delivered. That's the important part. This thing is getting delivered, which is great. Obviously, it's nothing ever is getting. Well, see how this shape is getting delivered at maximum efficiency. All right, let's go back to staging 3 and check these shapes are indeed getting delivered. I don't like the fact that this shape hasn't delivered a single iteration of it yet, but that's fine. Neither has this shape, but this shape has a bit of a travel time, so I'm gonna forgive it. Let's check against here. Is that looking like the right shape? Looks like it to me. Yeah, I think it's just slow. Too many milestone points to claim now. Excellent. So we have a staging 2 free, I believe, and we're going to use it to make this crazy shape. But let's start with something simple. So I believe in staging 1, did we not save this thing? We need this. We definitely need this new blueprint that we made, right? Which is a 1/2 to 3 hex side. Didn't I save this already? I swear I saved 1/2 to 3 hex side. But basically we need to cut the shape in half and then deal with it. So let's do that in staging 2. It's using hexagons. So let's bring out the hexagon. Now we're going to have all sorts of asymmetrical issues with this, I can already tell. But that's fine. We'll deal with it one step at a time. So let's cut it in half first. So that's our standard blueprint design 1 to 2 cutting. Then we need to turn each of those halves into 3 hex sides. Now, did this have any sort of special rotation I need to do to it? Or does it just work? Did I build this blueprint directly to work with this sort of stuff? Also want to flip it maybe downwards like that, so that it all points down. So we've got our 6 hex sides, right? Let's have a look at what that even means for us. Just chuck bins on all of it to make sure that it flows. And then let's just see what even comes out of here. While we're doing that, let's just mix every single color. I'm going to get rid of this mess because let's just calculate what colors we need here, right? If we look at our task, we're eventually going to need RGB, yellow, magenta, cyan, and then 1 white. Cool. So let's see how we can do that. The first things are the primary colors. So let's just bring 1 copy of each primary color over. R, B, and R. Sorry, RGB. So that's our primary colors for the first set. But then we need to mix all these into secondary colors. Maybe we'll use it over here. Let me do it a little bit better. You know what? This is dumb. Just put the primary colors over here and we'll do the mixing a little bit closer. So there's just a little bit less traveling time. It's going to put little gaps in between here for peeling. Okay, so that's our RGB. Let's mix the secondary colors as well, or we can check out what's going on over here. So we only need 1 side of this to make this work. They're all oriented the same. So let's just get them painted before we start rotating stuff. So one of these just needs to be red. This is going to be a really cool factory. I like it. Don't think there's anything tricky going on here, but we're just going to be a little bit careful. Something like this, then just 1 more painter like here maybe. Give it some adequate space to do shenanigan stuff. But basically here is our 3 colored shapes. Now we need to rotate and stack these somehow. So the red, let's just get everything into position. The red is already in position. The green needs to do 120 degrees clockwise. So that's this one. Like that. Then the blue just needs to do 120 degrees the opposite way, right? So let's grab that counterclockwise 120. Now we can stack all this all together now. So let's get that and that done. I don't think we need any special stuff for this. So let's get that in. Let's get this over here and get another stacker. In theory, that should get us the correct final shape. In practice, I have no idea. Then we need to make this hex side 1 bit at a time, but basically we need yellow, all the secondary colors as well. So let me just get some secondary. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll let that process. We'll come back to it and we'll work on some of these shapes while we're waiting. So let's go back to our staging 3. And I believe whatever's happening over here, instead of pin pushing, let's just get rid of the pin pushing part of this. Down here somewhere, let's just turn this bit into a yellow. So where that's being done red, yellow is being used once here and once to make white. Let's just make a new yellow, I guess, over here somewhere. So we'll get the red, we'll get the green, and we will, instead of this is painting both parts red. I still need 1 part painted red. I just don't want that part painted red. So let me just reroute some of these colors and get the yellow in. We want that yellow, and then that needs to fit into the last bit of this corner, which is just 1 rotation counterclockwise. Wait, no. 2 rotations counterclockwise. 120. I believe that should get it right. That is definitely not right. Clockwise? Yeah, clockwise 120. That should get it into the gap, right? Yep. And when that becomes yellow, which it's going to become yellow at some point, we can merge this and this together. So let's stack this, order doesn't matter, and then it gets pin pushed. Something like that should work. Great. Then our spaceship is also done. So let's finish off our spaceship over here. And let's decommission this entire monstrous mess without destroying the color making part of it. All right, cool. Great. So this shape is also being completed very, very slowly. Yep. As soon as there's any sort of asymmetrical nonsense going on, it just becomes stupid. Like this is all fully backed up. And then as soon as we get into asymmetry, everything just breaks. Excellent. That's to be expected. We'll just let them go slowly and we'll just use our staging areas for other shapes, I suppose. But we're making good progress so far, I think. We've finished off Ancient Communication, number 26. So let's go back over to staging 3 and decommission that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of the stuff that we're not using. And we're ready for more shapes. Great. Everything here is still hooked up, right? And it is producing the correct shape that I want. It doesn't look like it. Some extra pin pushing process is happening. Is it this? I think that's pushing it up too far. That should get it flowing correctly now. I believe, yeah, the yellow bit's already being pin pushed up. Yep, cool. That should fix that. Let's go back over to staging 2 and make sure this shape is indeed processing correctly. That is looking awfully like what I want. Is there some weird pin pushing going on? I don't think so. Yep, it's flowing smoothly as well because we're consuming all 3 belts. For some reason, this hex side thing is like fully flowing perfectly fine, but I'm sure as soon as we add some sort of trickiness to it, it's all going to break instantly. But that's fine. It is what it is. All right, so these 3 are all kind of going. This one's going to go very, very slowly. So we can use some of this stuff for more shapes. I believe this shape is only ever going to need, well, we're already using 1 full hex. This is just done. Let's just get this going. Let's get color mixing going. This over here is fine. Let's just get yellow done first. So yellow is just green and red. I'm going to bring a yellow over here and we need to start getting one of these hex sides out. So we'll bring it down and then we'll rotate it. We just need 90 degrees and then it needs to be pin pushed, right? So let's go, doesn't matter which order I do things in. Pin push and 60 degrees clockwise. I believe that will get the correct output on the correct side and that can just be painted. Something like that. Then it can just be stacked onto here. Let's get the stacker on. Order doesn't matter, I don't think. And that's it. That should get us the correct shape. We'll help it out by flushing out the stuff. And yep, cool. Get rid of these operator flashies. Let's go check on staging 3 and make sure it's all correct. That is definitely wrong now. What the heck happened? I got rid of the rotator portion of this. What is going on? Alright, I got rid of the rotator portion and I think I left the pin pushing portion. So let's get that rotated 120 degrees in the right direction. Not that way, this way. Hopefully that's finally correct. Yup, I don't see any more issues with that. Great. Hopefully that'll finally start getting delivered. This thing's still going at a snail's pace. That's fine. It'll eventually get done. It hasn't stalled out completely, has it? I don't think so. It's still going. It's just delivering 1 shape per half second. What the heck is going on? Why? I seriously hate these asymmetrical things. It's like fully jammed. Everything is fully jammed everywhere. It makes like no sense why it's fully jammed. Because the other shape flows perfectly fine. I feel like I've just got a dumb thing happening somewhere. Can I just like select this whole thing and flush it? What if I select this whole thing and just hit I? Will that flush everything in the entire system? So this thing comes out and then it's perfectly fine and it splits in half. And then this half belt hits this and then gets painted. I think just because the belt lengths are all different, it just can't handle it. It's just like gives up on life, right? Because it hits these machines at different times. And as soon as it hits it at different times, they all just start simultaneously jamming. Maybe I need these all fully saturated. And then even then, these belt lengths are different. So there's absolutely no way it's going to be able to work, right? Everything needs to be like even length for these asymmetrical things to work, is my theory. It doesn't know how to even itself back out, basically. But anyway, we'll let that run. Hopefully, eventually at some point, this shape will get completed. It will never slow to 0, but it will definitely be very, very inefficient. But that's fine. Inefficient is better. We got plenty of shapes to do, so we can work on all those shapes. But I think we'll leave it at that for this episode. To recap, we are currently working on shape 29 out of 34. So we only got 5 more shapes to go. Hopefully we can get most of this done next episode. I think maybe one more episode. Hey, look at this shape. It looks awesome. Little pin push on top. Makes it look like a little character. What is this? Frost Companion. Oh man, these references are just like, they're so obvious, but I'm just not sure what it is. What is this thing? It looks so, it's like a penguin of some sort. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it at that for this episode. We'll come back next episode and hopefully it'll be the last episode. And yeah, we would have wrapped up hexagonal mode. Nothing too challenging so far. We've learnt one big lesson, being the theme of this series, is that asymmetry sucks, and don't do things asymmetrically. Just bring more shapes and do everything evenly. Like, to make this, just bring 6 hexagons. Like, you have 6 hexagons, it's easy, and then just destroy 5/6 of 6 hexagons. It's fine, right? My mistake was these staging areas are too small. If you've enjoyed the series, don't forget to like and sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.